Hello everybody, welcome back to Mommy and Me. It's time for our updates. These little babies are not so little anymore. And I'm sorry, Daxton's manager said that he was not going to work under these conditions today. He's being kind of a diva. So he is not here, but we still have these beautiful little babies.
We do miss Daxton, but yeah, he is diva. I'm just kidding, he's so cute.
You know, you have good days and bad days, and today was one of those. So
the wipes they had today were not good, right?
Yeah. Dang it. But how are these guys doing? Let's shoot to our baby updates. My baby is Daxton. He weighs 23 pounds. He is 32 inches. He loves his walker and loves giving kisses to his brothers and sisters.
My baby is Winston. He weighs 18 pounds. He is 27 inches. He's loving new toys, but he definitely does not love baby food.
My baby is Idris. He weighs 20 pounds. He is 27 inches. He loves to play peekaboo, and he loves laughing and smiling.
Well, our little ones are off playing now, so it's just us, but don't worry, they'll be back. How have you ladies been doing? What's up?
I'm tired. I think it's like catching up to me now, and I can't believe we all have moved.
Yeah.
And now I just know how hard it is to move with a baby. Yeah. It's a whole new level of stress.
Right. Well, and now that they're getting bigger, they're more demanding.
Yeah.
I remember when I first had Winston, I was just holding him and I was like, I want like 10 more. This is so magical. And now, I mean, I still feel like it's magical, but now that he's getting bigger, I'm like, okay, maybe one more.
Yeah.
This is hard. I forgot, because you know when they're so little, they just lay there and they're cute. And now he wants to play and he wants to pull us and he's rolling and scooting and you know it's harder.
Yeah.
And they know, like, if I whine, then mom comes running. So so I feel like with age, and you know.
Yeah.
Because now you have one that's almost walking.
He's almost walking. He took a really long time to crawl. He didn't crawl until 10 months.
Yeah.
But then now he's already trying to stand up by himself without holding on to
Seeing
things.
him do that,
And it's so cute because he gets so
cute.
excited. Like you can tell he's like, I'm doing it, I'm doing it. I fell. I'm gonna do it again. Like they just keep getting up.
cute.
It's exciting.
And watching him walk along things and then getting onto tables and reaching for things, I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot about all this. Like it gets really hard, and you know you have to keep things off the ground and off of shelves because they pull everything down.
And all the outlets and
all
everything
the outlets.
has to be baby proof.
Yeah.
Right.
Everything.
Yeah. It's
Good night.
so fun.
I'm tired thinking about it.
It's so fun though to watch them do those things. Like it's so fun to watch Dax get so excited, and it makes me excited for Winston and the boys to get that old. It's the best.
Right.
Are you doing baby food?
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We were feeling like he was still hungry, and we were like, well, let's see if maybe he's interested. So we got like some sweet potatoes, and he could not get them in his mouth fast enough with his little spoon. I was like, I guess you were hungry. I mean, it was the cutest thing. I wish I had it on camera. He took the spoon and like put it in his mouth. It was like he knew what to do. Like I was like, wow, how do you instinctually know that's food that goes in your mouth? But so we tried sweet potatoes, we tried carrots, and we tried peas, and he hates peas. It's the only time I've seen him not like peas. I mean, I don't like peas, so I get it. They're kind of gross. But I've never seen him make a face of like not liking food. And again, I wish I had it on camera because it was the cutest face. It was just like, I love the video of Winston eating solid foods.
I was gonna say I actually did catch that on him eating sweet potatoes. I thought this is great because it's sweet, but it's a vegetable, but it's whatever if it's a vegetable or I don't know. So
I think babies usually when they first start eating solid foods, they get it in their mouth and then it's just like. It's everywhere. They do that for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, it was messy. It was so messy. And talking about getting harder, like it felt like a two-person job. Like we don't have the special chair for him to sit in or anything. I'm like, okay, Michael, you hold him. I'll do this, you know, and it's just going everywhere. I mean, the three of us were covered in sweet potatoes, but I know some got into his mouth, and I'm like, so we have to do this like every day now? Like this is like what? I need to get a chair.
The feeding gets easier too because then they start to learn to do it themselves, and they'll like use their little fingers to pick up stuff, and it's so funny to watch Daxton when he first started. He would like pick it up and he'd be like. Like I did it. It's in my mouth.
So yeah.
So funny.
Yeah, it's crazy. I can't believe we're already on to like solids.
Yeah.
You know?
So how is the, like, have you ever disagreed with Michael on anything like that?
Where's
like
the wine? I need some booze for this topic. Yeah.
You know, like introducing solids, like, was he against that? Because I know that you can, like, introduce stuff at a wide range, like 4 to 6 months or whatever. Like, do you ever disagree on anything with the baby?
Michael and I are not fighters in general. Like, we get along really well. We spend a lot of time together, especially for how much time we spend together. We work well together.
Right.
Whew, I don't know. I think it's the lack of sleep and the move, but we have been like,
Yeah, I mean,
that's why
all
I'm like,
those
I
factors
need,
really take into consideration.
Right. Whew, there's been a lot of little things that are driving me crazy.
Put it nicely.
I love my husband so much, but like he expects me to know everything, like about like sleeping and eating and everything. And you know, I take an active approach. I Google stuff. I talk to you guys. I'm like, actually, screw Google. I have you too.
You know what you should do? Just pretend like you do. I do know this. You're supposed to. You're supposed to rock him. It says the dad. So the dad's supposed to do this and this and this.
Say that.
So
like,
that's how it goes.
Yeah. Little things like attempting to get like a little routine going at night. You know, our lives and schedules are a little crazy, but I'm like, okay, maybe we can do like story, bedtime, or breastfeed story, you know, whatever, like some kind of routine. And I'll do it, and then Michael just won't have my back sometimes with the routine, or he doesn't get that like I'm trying to do something here, and that's frustrating. I'm like, we're like 5 days into doing something, and then he'll come and like mess up the whole thing by like taking him to like go sleep in the bed with him. I'm like, you have to be on the same page with me, but I'm also learning to just pick and choose my battles with him. I don't want to scream at him about everything, even though I do want to scream at him about everything. Little things like he's got a swing, and you have to strap him into the swing.
Yes.
He is getting out of everything now. He's really strong. He's like wiggling up a storm. And the other day, sorry, Michael, Michael put him in the thing, and I was in the bedroom, and Michael left, and I thought he was strapped in. And I looked down, and his head is basically like dangling. His entire body, his head is like just left on the thing like this. And I leapt over and caught him, and he was just like swinging, like basically dangling from his neck, like so close to death. And I'm like, I pick him up,
You
and
have to say, I've seen your swing.
Yeah.
The swing is really close to the ground.
It is, yeah.
So he wasn't like
It
really
felt that
hanging.
way. Yeah. It felt that way, and I was just like, Michael, you could just strap him in. And Michael just like sort of brushed it off, like, that was funny. Like, I can't believe he wiggles so much. And I'm just like, why don't you take this seriously? Why do I have to be the bad guy that's always telling you to strap him into whatever, to not leave him here, whatever. So that's getting overwhelming, you know? But I think it goes back to like, I'm tired. I've gotten to the point, I'm just tired. And so any little thing where normally maybe it wouldn't affect me so much, like it's just pissing me off, man.
That's so funny, because everything you're saying right now, I'm like, yep. I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
I think it's such a learning process.
Yeah.
Like, they do not come with manuals, and so you're just trying to do your best. But Shay and I have had those things too. Like, you know, he's a great dad, but sometimes like he just doesn't think about those things, like the strapping in.
Right, I think dads
Like,
just don't.
They just don't always think about that kind of stuff. And I've definitely had my moments where I'm like, okay, I'm so glad the kids are still alive right now.
Right?
I mean, I feel like as a mother, and I feel like this very strongly, I get so protective of my babies that it's almost like, just give them to me. Just let me do it.
Yes.
And it's so good to let them do it. But it's so hard when they do it wrong.
I know. And I think about that all the time. I'm like, am I uptight? You know, or like, is he like way more mellow than me? And I'm just like, okay, try and balance, don't fight about everything, you know. Of course, Michael, just as much as me, wants a happy, healthy baby. You know, it's not like he like doesn't care about him, but yeah.
Casey and I are almost opposite of that. As far as like his schedule, he wants to have a schedule. But it takes a team. It takes a team to have a schedule. And I'm like, I mean, it's going to take the whole family to have a schedule, and that doesn't always work with our lives. I'm traveling, he's traveling, we're here and there, and so sometimes you just have to go with the flow and whatever works. But Casey would really like to have a schedule, so we argue about that, because I'm like, it's so hard, and he's like, it's so good for them, and So
Yeah.
Trying
you're
to
right.
find
Pick and choose
balance.
your
Yeah.
battles
Yeah.
because
I know. I'm like, I don't want to
Balance is
just
hard.
fight about every single little thing, but I'm like, just keep the baby alive,
Right.
and we'll all be happy.
And, you know, and you have to expect that because it just gets harder when
Yeah.
the kids get older.
Right.
You know, we definitely, you know, I don't notice us arguing as much about Winston now because we have new arguments over how we're raising the older kids because it gets harder. You know, Casey disciplines differently than I do. I think things aren't a big deal that he thinks are a big deal, or opposite. I think things are a big deal and he doesn't, and it just gets harder. So you have to just understand where they're coming from.
Right.
You know, you have
Yeah.
to like step back, see where they're coming from, and then I think it's great to respect their decision. It's so bad, and I'm guilty of this, of saying, you know, or arguing with Casey in front of the kids.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that big of a deal. Why are you
Yeah.
so mad when
Yeah.
the kids are watching that, and then it turns into a fight between Casey and I and has nothing to do with the kids
Right.
anymore.
Yeah.
And we almost forget, and that issue doesn't get solved because Casey and I are then bickering back and forth.
Yeah.
So you have to have respect from where they're coming from and try to see.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for our show today. Thank you guys for watching. And if you want to see more of Mommy and Me, you can go head over to Maker TV where we answer your Twitter questions. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to The Mom's View. And we'll see you guys next month. Bye.
Bye.
Is that Winston? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Touch. Touch. Hold hands. Hold hands. Hold hands.
He's like, Mom?
Oh, Jesus.